mean, or what is that? So if I'm purchasing, let's just say $800,000 home, my VA loan will be in the amount of 800,000. So therefore, it's $800,000 purchase price, $800,000 VA loan. So no money down. Here's where it gets confusing. These two words, guys, and write them down, please. Closing cost. Now, closing costs occur in every type of transaction, whether you're buying with VA, FHA, conventional. Even that day you purchase with all cash, there will still be closing costs. Now, closing costs consist of the following fees. Number one, escrow fees, title fees, lender fees, property taxes, home insurance. If there's an HOA, there could be HOA transfer and doc fees. If you're in a different state, like North Carolina, you may have attorney fees. When I combine all of these fees together, folks, it equates to 2% of the purchase price. So if I'm buying that $700,000 home times 2%, that means it would be what? $14,000 in closing costs. Now, guys, this is an out-of-pocket expense. Okay, write this down. The VA does not pay your closing costs. The VA loan does not incorporate or include your closing costs. Closing costs is an out-of-pocket expense. Okay, now I know somebody just asked right now, and Stephanie just put on there, what if I don't have money to cover my closing costs? And that's a great question, Stephanie. Right now, in this market, all of our heroes are getting seller credit. Sellers can pay your closing costs for you. It's in the form of a seller credit. Sellers can give us concessions. Remember back on one of the first slides, it said up to 4%, right? Up to 4%. So we are seeing sellers right now motivated more so today than ever before, and they're giving our buyers closing cost credit and concessions where you can bridge that gap and have your closing costs paid for. So imagine opening up or writing an offer, getting your offer accepted. You're putting in, let's just say, a $5,000 initial deposit. And at the closing table, you're getting your check, your initial deposit for $5,000 back in your hand, and the keys to your new home. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, it's called a VA no-no. We're seeing that more so now than ever before. Okay. You do have to be owner occupied. What does that mean? Intent to live in the home day one. Okay. So it cannot be a rental day one. Can I rent the home out down the road? Yes, I can. Just not day one. Owner occupied, the intent to live in the home day one. What can I purchase with my VA loan? Well, any majority of the single family homes, folks, will qualify. The only way a single family residence will not qualify is if there's major health and safety issues like mold, non-working heater, broken glass. Other than that, majority of the houses will qualify. New construction, there are some good deals right now. If you are in an area where they're still building homes, make sure you take your agent with you. In fact, make sure you get one of our heroes, certified heroes agents to go with you. Why? Because you're going to leave money on the table. New construction, yes, they are offering some great incentives. Some are offering 4.99% interest rates. I know in San Antonio, a lot of our veterans are purchasing right now with Lennar. That's offering some other ones that are out there as well that are offering some really good rates. However, take an agent because I do not want you to leave money on the table. Okay. Condos, townhomes, yes, as long as the HOA is VA approved. Units, absolutely. This is a duplex is 2, triplex is 3, or fourplex. Live in one, rent out the others. Okay. Land. How about land, Johnny? Can I purchase land? Unfortunately, guys, there's no lender out there that will do a VA loan on just dirt. Okay. Now, they do have construction VA loan, a VA loan renovation loan that's available, but not on just dirt. Okay. How much can I spend? Well, good news is January of 2020, they removed the loan limit. So the loan limit is going to be whatever you personally qualify for. Okay, so if you qualify for $500,000, a million, 1.5 million, whatever that number is, folks, that will be your limit. Okay. Now, some of you may be here today and say, well, I have my current home, and do I need to sell before I buy again? Okay. Now this is I don't want to say tricky, but there's always a lot of questions. This is where we call this bonus entitlement. If you want to make a little note or write it down in your notes, bonus entitlement allows you to purchase a second home. Okay. A lot of agents and loan officers, and in fact, I'll give you a quick story here. We had a hero that was relocating from Northern California to Southern California. And she had already met with a couple of real estate agents and met with the loan officer, and all of them told her, you need to sell your property to free up your VA loan to use it again. Okay, so this was in her mind already on that she had to do that. So she was preparing herself to sell her home, which by the way had like a 2.5% interest on it. Okay, she was preparing to sell it so that she can relocate and retire in Southern California. She attended one of our master classes and heard those two words, bonus entitlement. She called me up the next day and says, hey, I want to learn more about that. And why didn't anybody else walk me through this? Well, I don't want to speculate that, but let me walk you through this, right? Long story short, folks, after talking to her, I said, did you want to, your dream, or in a perfect world, did you want to keep that home in Northern California? She said, absolutely. My daughter, my grandkids, and her husband, I would love for them to move into that home because the mortgage payment is so low, it's cheaper than rent. And I said, okay, let's make that happen. Right? We looked into her bonus entitlement, guys. She qualified. Long story short, she purchased a home in Southern California, actually in San Diego. Right? She kept her home in Sacramento. Now she has two properties, both with VA loans. One's owner occupied, one's a rental. Okay. And when asked, she says, well, again, why do not more agents know this? And I said, well, number one, there are 1.5 million real estate agents nationwide. 1.5 million. Let that sink in for a second. 70% of them sold 0 houses last year. If they sold 0 houses, are they really mastering their craft? Are they looking into it? Are they getting educated? Are they studying it? Are they doing the process of selling and actually boots on the ground? No. So unfortunately, I don't know who you met with, but that could have been the situation. She was just so grateful that she was able to come to a master class like this, right? Learn about the process and save her house in Sacramento that now her family lives in. Okay. So basically, yes, can I have 2 loans at the same time? Yes, you can. All right. I'm going to get into some of these questions here real quick.